Welcome, my political friends of the interwebs. This is actually my second time at doing this video. The first time was on my walk earlier. It was just too windy. Completely screwed up the video. But a lot of you wanted to know what I had to think about the President's State of the Union. I have to admit I had to have a little bit of time to reflect and calm the hell down. But I'm going to tell you exactly what I thought about that bunch of shit. But before I do, I got a quick question for you. Most of you know that this is my Gamo air rifle, and I had what I did was I took the scope off of it. It's a Gamo scope. I took the scope off of it to do the Rusty Rags thing, but I can't get the scope back on now. Look, I'm not a gun expert, never claimed to be, but it's got two brackets here. The front one will fit on, and it fits on good and tight, but I can't get the scope to come down enough to have this bracket here fit under there. So there's this lip here, the ridge on each side. You know what I'm talking about. What do I got to do? I tried to loosen this up, and it just, I don't know. Give me some advice. Maybe there's a trick to it. I'm screwing something up, no doubt about that. But, yeah. So, anyway, that's real quick. In the comment section, if you can help me out with that, I would so appreciate it. All right, listen. I know I'm kind of, I don't want this to be a long video, so I'm going to scream through it. Hey, State of the Union. State of the Union. I'm going to start, listen, there's just really a couple of points I want to make about how, first of all, listen. Barack Obama is a liar. How do you know he's lying? His lips are moving. I mean, that's as simple as that. There is no fact-checking on him whatsoever. Can we, all of us, just agree that factcheck.org is a left-wing bullshit organization? I mean, yeah, every now and again they'll say something about the left, but 90% of their fact-checking comes from the right. It's like, well, you know, the Republicans said X, Y, and Z, and blah, 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 blah. But you very rarely ever hear them say anything just enough to where they can say, hey, look what we said over here. Yeah, whatever. Can we just agree that factcheck.org is bullshit? And here's the thing. Speaking of bullshit, everything that came out of Barack Obama's mouth was absolute bullshit. I'm going to start with something because I'll tell you what. You know me, my favorite subject, coal. Coal. It absolutely made my blood boil last night when he did his State of the Union. It absolutely made my blood boil. And here's why. When he spewed his nonsense and absolute lie that China was all in on alternative energy, China was all in on green energy, and with all their green energy jobs to go along with it, it made me want to throw something at my television. Luckily, I'm not that kind of person because I would have fucked up my television. Nobody needs that. Here's the thing. All right, let me tell you the truth, because nobody will tell you the truth. I'm going to explain to you how this works in China, and then I'll go on to the gun control issue. Those are the two main issues I wanted to talk about, although there was plenty of other stuff. Anyway, here's the thing. China is all in on coal. It's true. It is a fact. The overwhelming majority of China's power comes from coal-burning power plants, and they're building more coal-burning power plants every freaking week. That's just the truth. So when Obama says they're all in for clean energy, he is lying. Now, what he's doing is he's actually spitting the truth. Let me tell you how this works. China uses this black rock here. And we have, by the way, the United States is literally the Saudi Arabia of coal. Okay, but, you know, we're not allowed to use it. Here's the thing. China takes this black rock and they generate electricity. Cheap, abundant electricity. That's right, cheap as in affordable. They take that and they take the electricity from this black rock and then they power, factories, you know, I mean, and houses and whatnot. But we'll focus on jobs for this matter. So the jobs in the coal industry is pretty strong in China. They generate the electricity and then they power plants. And what do these plants make? Well, we'll just talk about the green energy sector. Oh, things like, solar panels. Solar panels, okay. So yeah, I guess you can kind of say that China's all in on green energy. So they take the cheap energy from the coal, power the plants that make the solar panels, and then guess what they do with those solar panels? Do they use them in China? No. They're too busy with the good stuff. No, they ship those solar panels to the United States, and by the way, do it in such a cost-effective way between the cheap power that they use and, slave labor. They basically undercut the price of any solar power manufacturer or solar panel manufacturer in the United States, like companies like Solyndra. which is no longer in business, as most of you should know. Okay, so your tax money goes to fight that. Well, to fight that hell. Your tax money gets basically shot up a hog's ass. That's exactly what happens. So to say that China is all in on green energy, that's kind of right. It's kind of true. But they're actually all in our pocket. They're all in our wallet is what they're all in on. So Obama is full of shit. The green jobs over in China are only that because they're making green solar panels to sell to us to destroy us. So here's the thing: we don't harvest our own old coal anymore. It's just that's foreboding. Nobody can do that because nobody's burning coal. There's no market for it. Okay, it's just the fact. No market for it. So basically, we've screwed ourselves. That's right. We have screwed ourselves. Now, he talked a little bit about General Electric. Well, actually, I'm sorry. He talked about wind turbines. Yes, wind turbines. Or turbines, however you want to pronounce it. And what bang-up jobs they were doing. Yeah, that's right. Well, here's the funny thing about that. You remove the government subsidies from windmills, and it will absolutely collapse. And windmills, by the way, come with a host of environmental issues, a host of technological issues, and a shit ton of money. All right? I mean, literally, a shit ton of money. You ever go through and see windmills and notice that most of them aren't, you know, turning? You'll have one that's turning like the dickens, the other one as well. Yeah, there's all kinds of problems with windmills. Fires, and it's endless. I mean, literally, it's just absolutely endless. But that's okay, because General Electric, who you know, manufactures these wind turbines, they're getting a lot of your tax money. they're getting a freaking ass load of your tax money. So it's all good. No, it's all good, because guess what? General Electric, they support, you know, Barack Obama. That's right. Yeah. So it's a win for, you know, Obama. It's pretty much a fail for the United States, but it don't matter because everybody's soon to be on a check anyway. So that whole thing with the green energy and nonsense really freaking pissed me off, because I know personally what a crock of shit it is. I knew the lies, I knew the truth, and I watched that man look right at the American people and in a very Bill Clinton-esque way just lie. That's right. That's right. So, having said all that, I'm going to try to see if I can't make this video under 10 minutes. All right, so we go from, and let's just go from cleaner, but we'll stick with the EPA topic for the moment. EPA. EPA is going to destroy this country. The Environmental Protection Agency is literally ran by a bunch of environmental whack jobs that, by the way, Obama put in there. Okay. Now, luckily, Jackson was ran out of there because she was basically a criminal. Should be indicted, but she won't never be indicted by Eric Holder. That's just not going to happen. Although she's a criminal. That's just the way it is. But that's okay. She worked for the taxpayers. She was fucking us the whole time. So here's the thing. The EPA. Why is the EPA important? Well, I'll tell you why the EPA is important. Let me grab a bullet. Okay. This is a 38 special. Notice what is in the tip of that, yeah, that right there, that bullet there. Guess what it's made out of? Come on, I'll give you two guesses. I'll give you two guesses. What's that made out of? Yeah. Lead. Lead. Okay, here's the thing. Why is this important? Lead is important because the EPA. Somebody asked me the other day, they said, because there's rumors, all right, okay, I've heard them, we've all heard them. They said, do you think the EPA is going to try to regulate lead, as in bullets, and put a prohibitive cost to the ammunition manufacturers for the cleanup of this environmental hazard? And I said, yes, absolutely, they're going to. I'm just shocked they haven't done it yet. Now, how does that work? Well, you know, there's lots of ways it can work. But one of the ways it can work is that the EPA can say to the ammo manufacturers or the bullet manufacturers, whoever. So, you know, you reloaders aren't off the hook at all. You know, the EPA can say, hey, because there is an environmental cleanup attached to the usage of that lead, you're going to have to pay a cleanup assessment of $50 a bullet. That's lead. That's a biohazard there. That could cause all kinds of problems, especially in the children. We've got to clean up for the children because they may get some kind of brain amenities or some kind of deformity or something that's never happened in hundreds of years. But So here's the thing: you attach a cleanup tax per se to this. Now, listen, the EPA cannot tax. They do not have the right to tax or the ability to under the Constitution, but they do have the right to regulate things like lead. So you call it whatever you want. What it amounts to is a fee to use that to help clean up the environment that is going to make ammo impossibly expensive to use. Now, are there alternatives to lead? I'm sure we could figure something out. I'm no gun expert. There may already be. I know the duck hunters and goose hunters use steel shot, but how much more expensive is that? What kind of performance issues are you going to have? I mean, it's an unknown as far as I'm concerned. I do know one thing though. Obama said a long time ago when it came to carbon emissions that there was more than one way to skin a cat, and this is when he was on his way to destroying the coal industry, and he was right. There was more than one way to skin a cat, and he used the EPA to do it. So, listen, if anybody thinks that this is not something that they're going to do, you better talk to a coal miner. Yeah, because Obama's administration willfully put out of work tens of thousands of mine-related jobs across this country during one of the worst economic times we've ever had. And they never lost a minute's sleep over it. They never batted an eye, like, boom. And did they have, by the way, have they offered any kind of retraining to the miners throughout Appalachia? No, not a thing, nothing. But, they could all sign up for, an SSI check or a disability check or something, because they do it. So, and when I say they do it, I'm saying the government. Yeah. So the fact that that is a looming issue is pretty fucked up. But I will tell you this. The most disturbing thing, as far as I was concerned, in regarding Obama with gun control, was the fact that he is willing to stoop to just shameless levels. And what I mean by that is, listen, when I hear him or any other liberal Democrat use the dead children of that elementary school as a way to undermine the Second Amendment, it makes me freaking nauseous. Literally, makes me nauseous. The fact of the matter is that Barack Obama and his ilk have done just that. I listened to Barack Obama during his State of the Union speech bring up those victims. Bring up those victims and basically say, this is different. This is different. And he is going to use their deaths in every possible way to justify everything that he does. Seriously. I mean, it's disgusting. It really is. It's absolutely disgusting. Anyway, look, I'm already over 13 minutes. I could go on and on and on. All I can tell you is this. Just remember this. It's simple. If Obama's lips are moving, he's lying. He's a liar. By the way, I can't remember his name, and I should, because he should be enshrined as being one of the smartest people ever elected to the House. Who was that congressman that yelled during Obama's first State of the Union? Remember he yelled, "You lie"? God, what was his name? That dude, we should build some kind of monument to him, because that dude was the one guy that figured it out from the very beginning, from Jump Street. Obama is a liar. He's a piece of shit. And on that note, I'm going to let you go. See ya!